then function and while loop. Okay, so I have prepared a very small presentation. Let us see. Nested lists, function and while loop. So what is nested lists? We know that meaning of nest is list in the list is nested lists. Okay. For example, I have a list known as dirty dozen. So I have dozen items mentioned in the list. Okay. So there are strawberries, there are tomatoes, there are grapes and spinach and so on. So there are 12 items, but we don't know which are the vegetables and which are the fruits. Okay. So suppose we want to separate them out in a list. So first of all, we may say fruits is equal to this, vegetables is equal to this. Okay. So both the list can be considered as a member of the single list. For example, we can write dirty dozen is equal to fruits, which is a list, and vegetables, which is a list. Okay. So ultimately, it will look like this. There is a one list in which there is another list of fruits and another list of vegetables. Okay, and both the list will be part of a list known as dirty dozen. Okay, so if we want to access the elements, then we can write in this way: print dirty dozen 10. So first one is for the first layer. So that will be either fruits or vegetables. So subscript 1, first subscript must be 0. So dirty dozen 0 means it is fruits and dirty dozen 1 means it is vegetables. So in vegetables, the first item, that is spinach. Okay, so spinach will be the output. Next, for example, say 0 2. So 0 means the first list. Okay, in which third element, subscript 2 means 0 1 and 2. So apple will be the output. So since there are two lists, means there is two layers, we can say there is a list in the list, but even we can write a single subscript also. For example, if we write say dirty dozen 0, the whole list of fruits will be displayed. And for example, if we say dirty dozen 1, the whole list of vegetables will be printed. Okay, so ultimately today we are going to develop a game, or we can say a path for the robot to bring something. Okay, we are familiar that a robot can work for us. It can bring milk or it can bring newspaper. So we'll see at the end of the day that how it will be possible. So how to program for the robot, that we will see today. Okay, next is function. So this is about dirty dozen, which we have already seen. This is just copy of the previous one. Okay, function. So functions are of two types, say built-in functions and user-defined functions. If you want to know all the built-in functions, then online it is available. Say docs.python.org/3, it is for version. Okay, so we can get it or we can see. So let me copy this link. Go to network. Control V. Okay. So you can see the list of all built-in functions of Python. You can know what is the meaning and how it works. Okay, for example, min. So iterable and the arguments. Okay, so the complete details you will be able to get. You will be able to get from this file. Okay, so I'm not going to discuss the functions, but you can see the all built-in functions in this particular website. Okay, next is user-defined function. So if we want, we can also define function, and it is necessary. User needs to define the function. So user can define in this way: def. Okay, so that is the keyword. name of the function, whatever you like, you can give the name, and the parenthesis, there will be a parameter list. But right now we will see all the functions without parameters. When the time comes, I will discuss about the parameters. Okay, so with indentation, we will write statements. So that will be for that particular function. Okay, I think we all are familiar with the function. Function is a set of codes which we are writing for a small function or small procedure, we can say, that can be used at several places and at several times. As many times as we want, we can use it. Okay, but unless this function is called from the main program, this has no meaning. This is simply a definition, and if we call, then it will be executed. Okay, so this is about the function. You all are familiar, so I'm not talking about in detail. Okay, next is loop. We are also familiar with this while loop. While something is true, do something repeatedly. Okay, for example, say if TV is on equal to true, while TV is on, if TV is on is equal to true, I think there should not be. While TV is on, okay, we need semicolon at the end of the while loop condition. Print watch TV. If time is equal to 5, TV is on equal to false. Okay, so there must be some condition which at some place or at some time stops the execution of the loop. Okay, so this is about the while loop. Now we are going to discuss about the robot functions, where we will use function as well as while loop. Now for that, what we will do, we will go to website and we will type Reborn's World. Okay, for example, let me type Reborn's World. Okay, then we will be able to go to that particular website, Reborn's World. If you go there, then you will find this screen. Okay, welcome to Reborn's World. Then we'll click Reborn's World to get this particular screen. Okay, so ultimately what we want to see is that we want to bring this robot to particular flag. Okay, let me run this just to show that what ultimately we want actually. So this is called maze. Maze means path and hurdles we normally use for any game. Okay. So the robot is randomly at any place. Okay, we have to write a program to take the robot to the flag. When it will reaches to the flag, then the program will be stopped. Okay, so ultimately we are going to write this program, but before that, let us start. I'm going to start the blank screen first. Okay. Okay, so this is the screen for the robot, right? You can change the type robot picture. Different robot pictures can be used, but let me use this one. Okay, so there are several functions which can be used directly that you can be able to see from this robot's keyword. Go there, move, turn left, take, put, and several functions are there. We'll use them as and when required. Okay, right now I can use move and turn left only. Okay, so let me use it. I will say move. I will say turn left. And say move. Let us run this. See, we'll see these icons. This is for playing. This is to play one by one. If you want to play previous statement, then you can go back also. This is for step and this is for initialization. Okay, let us see first of all. This one. Play the first statement. Okay, so it will move, right? Then we'll turn left. So it turned left. Again, we'll move and so on. Okay, so with the use of these two statements, we can move this robot in this particular area. Okay, but suppose if we want to turn it right, now we don't have any function for moving the robot right hand side. So for that, we have to write the function. So that is our aim. We have to write the function. The user needs to write because all the functions are not available. If I write say define turn right function, okay, semicolon, colon. How can we move robot right hand side? So you know we have available turn left function. So if you write 3 times or if you turn 3 times left, then it will be right hand side. Okay, so I will write this turn left 3 times. And it will turn right. For example, if I say here turn right. Okay. Now if I run this function, let me initialize first. Okay. Okay, it turned right. Let me go one by one. Okay, so first move, it moved. Turn left, it turned left. Next move, again move, turn right. Okay, turn right. It will go to the function. It will move for 3 times left, then move. So it moved on right hand side, again move and so on. Okay, so in this way we can write our own function and we can use the exist or inbuilt function like move and turn left. Okay, now we are going to write programs for several problems. For example, hurdles 1. Okay, now we want to take this robot to this flag, right? So how can we do that? Because we need to turn right only. We need to turn right also. We need to turn left also. Okay, so let us see. First of all, we have to move from this place. So we write move. Then we have to turn left. Then we have to move. Okay. Then we have to turn right. Then move. Then again turn right. And then move. Okay, let us see what happens. Okay, so we came to the original position now, but before, see, the front side of the robot was initially on this side. Okay, so we just take turn left. And if we run this, we will get similar to the original position. Okay, so now if we repeat the same thing for how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now one way is we can write for loop. or otherwise while loop, but we'll see the next levels. Then we'll find that while loop is the only option. Okay, so just I want to show you while loop and user defined function. Okay, so I can take say iteration or say number of attempts or number of hurdles, whatever you can say, iteration equal to 0, while iteration is less than 6. Repeat these things. Okay. Now what happens? Check. Something is missing, I know, but that I will write later. Okay. Check. Okay, though it touches the flag, the process is continuing, right? So main thing is we have to have some stopping condition. This is gone. This has gone to infinite loop because this ITR will never become more than 0. So at the end of this, I have to increment the ITR. So ITR is equal to ITR plus 1. Okay, now if we run this, okay, robot is at the correct position. Right? Now let us see the next layer. How we can go to the next layer? You can select this one. Let us say hurdles 2. Now here the difference between these two is only that your flag can be at any place. When you initialize, the flag will be at any place. So how can we do this? Here we can use one more functions like, let us see this. Okay. See, this is about the race. We can use move and turn left. We can also use at goal. Okay, if it touches to the flag, then at goal will be equal to true, right? So here what we can do, we can say if while at goal, okay, what it should be, at goal is true when it will be when it touches to the flag, but we should proceed when it not touches to the flag. So we can say while not at goal. Okay, no need of this now. Okay. Second thing, here every time to repeat this thing, instead of that, what we can do, we can write say one function for jumping this. Okay, so we can say define jump. See, we can reduce the code, right? Define jump. Jump means go to upward for 1, then right, then move, then right. Okay, then move and then left. Okay, so move, turn right, move, turn right, move and turn left. Okay, Control X. Control V. Okay, so instead of doing this, we'll write say here jump. Okay, so when it touches the flag, then only we'll stop. Otherwise, let us see. Let us run this program. What happens? Okay, so now this at goal becomes true and we have to stop the process. Okay, so this way we can pass the second layer. First layer was the number of iteration was fixed. In the second year, when it was touches to the flag, we have to stop. Okay, the next layer is hurdle 3. Okay, now you try this one, that your flag can be at any place and the hurdles can also be at anywhere. Okay, so all of you try this one. First of all, go to the open any browser, type Rewards World. Okay, and open this, and in this window you can select for hurdles 3. Okay, and try to write the code for this. Okay, so pause the video and try to complete, and after completing you can copy the code in the chat box. Is it done? Okay, let us see. Okay, this is very simple. We have to simply check whether there is a way or hurdles. Okay, but before that, you can go to the world info. They will give you here. We can use front is clear or wall in front or at goal. So here additional two functions are given. Front is clear, front side, and wall is in front. Okay, so we have two more functions which we can use for this. For example, here if we are at this place, so if front is clear, instead of jumping we simply move. Okay, that's all. So this should be if front here, then move, else jump. That's it. Okay, let us run this. Initialize. Okay. So turn right, then jump. For jump, we is there any mistake I made? Okay. So this is left hand side. Let me see. Okay. So before this, I have to move. This move is additional. That you have to turn right. Then left. Move. Then turn right, right. Okay. Let us see this. Okay. Let us see another situation. That's it. So in this way, we can use another functions like front is clear. Okay, if front is clear, we move front side. Otherwise, we will jump. That means there is a wall. So we can also use that wall in on right. that function we can also use. Okay, and for jumping we simply start moving left and then move. Okay, so turning left and then move. Okay, so this is for the jump function. So we made 1 or 2 sentence change in jump also, and here it is very simple. Okay, next suppose we want to check hurdles 4. Now in this, your wall can be of any height. Okay, you can check another functions also, like, okay, so these are the functions. These are the conditional functions. At goal, front is clear, right is clear, wall in front, wall on right, and so on. Okay, so these are the several predefined functions which we can use. So I think now you must be able to do these things. Okay, so try to write down this program, fourth one, hurdle 4, that your height can be anything, or there are number of walls which can also be randomly at any place. Okay, so try to solve this problem. Pause the video and do it. બોલો ચાલુ કરી હવે સારું. So if you have a program for third hurdles, I think for fourth it will be easy then. Okay. Shall we go and check? Okay. Now, as far as number of walls, randomness is concerned, we have done this thing in the main program, that if front is clear, we move, otherwise we will jump. Now the change will be in the jump because we don't know the height of the wall. Okay, so we can use another functions, as I told you, that if you have a wall on right, then you can jump. Okay, so first of all, we'll turn left when the right hand side, or we can say when the front is clear. Okay, then we'll go to front side. But if the front is not clear, if the robot will come at this place, then the front will not be clear. Then we have to move left hand side. Okay, first of all. So in jump, we first move left, then we'll start moving. Okay, we'll move till what? We will move till the right hand side wall is not there. Okay, so we turn left, then we'll move say while wall on right, simply move, right? Okay, so we'll go upside till there is no right hand side wall. Okay, so once you reach there, then you have to turn right, then move, turn right and move. Okay, now this move means going bottom side. Again, we have to use the while statement here. So while, see, when we go upside, so similarly, depending on the right hand side, or we can, here we cannot use the right hand side wall, but we can use the front side. Till end we have to go. Okay, so while wall in front. Okay, so if wall in front, we have to stop. We should not move. So we'll take not wall in front. Okay, then we have to move, right? So when we reach here and when there is a wall on the right hand side, we have to stop moving and then we turn left. Okay, I think this will do now. Let us run this. The program is giving you complete debugging facilities. You can check each and every statement when it runs. Okay, so we are through, right? I think if you have not completed, you can practice later. Okay, now we are going to create a program for our final game, which is known as maze. Okay, so our robot will be at any position, right? And we have to reach to the flag. We don't know the direction, but there are certain rules that you should prefer right move first. So if there is space or if there is no wall towards right hand side, you have to move from current position to right side. OK. Second is front side. If there is a right wall, then you have to move front side. OK. And if there is again a wall to front also, then you have to move left hand side. So these are the three basic hierarchy which we are supposed to use. OK. So first, if possible, we go on the right hand side. Second, if possible, if first one is not possible, then we'll go on the front side. And if both are not possible, then only we will go to the left hand side. OK. Now let us do that, or you can try first of all, then we will see. OK. So things are very simple because I have already told you that you should give preference to the right first. Then you have to give front side, and then you have to give then you have to go to left hand side. OK, try this one. OK, pause the video and try. Okay. Shall we write? Okay. Let us see now. I think there is no question of jump, so we'll remove this jumping. Okay. Let us. While not at goal, this is required. Okay, what we should do? We first of all prefer to go to right hand side. Okay, so if right is clear, then we first of all turn right and then move. Okay. So we turn right and moved. Okay. Next, if it is not, then only we will think about the front side. So if front is clear, then we simply move because our head is towards the front only. So we simply move. Okay. If not, then nothing to be checked. We should simply move towards left. Okay. Else colon turn left. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Now let us check what happens. Initialize the position. Let us run it. Okay. So it could hit the flag. But there is a problem when my robot is somewhere here. What happens if the robot is here? It will take 4 times right side open. It will go to here, then so it will be in infinite loop. In such case, for example, okay. Okay, so it will reach to the destination. Okay. Okay. Okay, this will Done. Let me try to find out the problem. Additional option. If we okay. Okay, let me show you. Suppose the robot is here. So right hand side it will go there. Right hand side, then again right hand side is clear. Again right hand side is clear, and again so it will go into infinite loop. If this is the case, then it will go to infinite loop. Okay, so try to solve the problem when it is going to infinite loop. Okay, so pause the video and try to modify the existing program. Okay.
Okay, students. So today's session is over. We'll be continuing this session in the next session, right?